Do you find yourself making that dreaded trip to the bathroom multiple times every night, disrupting your sleep and leaving you feeling tired and groggy each morning? It's a frustrating reality for so many of us as we get a little older, isn't it? That constant waking up to pee, stumbling in the dark, and then struggling to get back to sleep. It feels like a never-ending cycle, chipping away at our energy and our quality of life. You might have tried cutting down on your evening drinks, or even going to bed earlier. But for some reason, that urge to go just keeps waking you up. And what if I told you there's one specific, often very private, habit that many people engage in for pleasure or relaxation? That, when done at a particular time, might actually be making this whole nighttime bathroom saga worse. And it's not for the reasons you might think. It's a mistake of timing, not of the act itself. And it's something hardly anyone talks about openly. In this video, we're going to gently explore this often overlooked connection and uncover several simple, practical steps you can take to reclaim your nights, sleep soundly, and wake up feeling truly refreshed. We'll dive into understanding why your body might be signaling for those bathroom trips at night and how subtle changes can make a world of difference. So, get comfortable, because you'll want to watch all the way to the end for something that will genuinely surprise you and could change your nights for the better. Let's begin by addressing this sensitive topic directly but gently, because understanding it is key to finding a solution. Many people, as they age, continue to enjoy self-pleasure as a natural and healthy part of their lives, and rightly so. It's a wonderful way to relieve stress, connect with your body, and maintain a sense of vitality. However, when this activity occurs too close to bedtime, particularly late in the evening, it can inadvertently contribute to those disruptive nighttime bathroom trips. It's not about the act itself being problematic, but rather the physiological responses it triggers in your body, especially when those responses overlap with your body's natural wind-down period for sleep. When you engage in sexual activity, including masturbation, your body experiences a cascade of hormonal and circulatory changes. Blood flow increases to certain areas, your heart rate might rise, and then, following orgasm, there's often a significant relaxation response. This relaxation, while wonderful for winding down, can also lead to a drop in blood pressure and a subtle shift in how your kidneys filter fluids. For some individuals, particularly those whose bodies are already more sensitive to fluid balance changes at night, this can prompt the kidneys to produce more urine. Imagine your body suddenly saying, "Okay, we're relaxing now. Let's get rid of any excess fluid." And if this happens right when you're trying to drift off, or just after you've fallen asleep, it can be just enough to wake you with that urgent need to pee. The key here isn't to stop a healthy and enjoyable activity, but to consider its timing. If you typically engage in this activity very close to when you plan to sleep, try shifting it earlier in the evening, perhaps an hour or two before you start your actual bedtime routine. Giving your body that extra time to rebalance and settle down after these physiological shifts can make a surprisingly big difference. Now, this leads us seamlessly into one of the most fundamental habits that impact nighttime urination: how and when you hydrate. It sounds obvious, doesn't it? Drink less before bed, but it's a bit more nuanced than that. The common mistake isn't just drinking water late, but what you drink and when you stop. For many seniors, the issue isn't dehydration during the day. It's often a habit of drinking too much of certain types of liquids in the evening. Let's talk about caffeine and alcohol. Both are diuretics, meaning they encourage your kidneys to produce more urine. That cup of coffee after dinner, or that glass of wine or beer with your favorite TV show, might seem harmless, but they are potent bladder irritants that will send you to the bathroom much more frequently than plain water. The effects of caffeine can linger for hours, and alcohol not only makes you pee more, but also disrupts the quality of your sleep, making you more aware of your bladder's signals. So, the first practical step is to cut off caffeine and alcohol entirely at least 4 to 6 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Ideally, finish your last coffee or tea by early afternoon, and your last alcoholic beverage by dinner time at the very latest. Beyond that, consider your overall fluid intake patterns. Many of us are so busy during the day that we forget to drink enough, and then we try to make up for it in the evening. This creates a surge of fluid that your body has to process, right when it's supposed to be slowing down for the night. Nu die Shanprit Anat. Instead, focus on consistent hydration throughout the day. Sip water steadily from the moment you wake up until mid-afternoon. Aim for smaller, more frequent sips rather than gulping down large amounts all at once. This allows your body to absorb and process fluids more efficiently, reducing the sudden load on your kidneys in the evening by about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Start winding down your fluid intake significantly. A small sip if you're thirsty is fine, but avoid large glasses of water, juice, or anything else. Your goal is to give your bladder a chance to empty and your kidneys a chance to settle before you tuck yourself in. Think of it as a gradual taper, rather than an abrupt cutoff or a late-day rush. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms, not against them. This disciplined approach to evening hydration, combined with smart timing of your self-care routines, forms the bedrock of a good night's rest, free from those constant interruptions. Now that we've discussed the timing of your intimate moments and crucial hydration habits, let's move on to other important lifestyle adjustments that can further reduce those nighttime trips. Building on our discussion of hydration and timing, let's consider what else might be contributing to your nighttime bathroom visits. It's not just about what you drink, but also what you eat and how your body manages fluids throughout the day. One often overlooked factor is your diet, particularly in the evening. Certain foods can act as bladder irritants, much like caffeine and alcohol, making your bladder feel fuller than it actually is, or even causing it to spasm. These include highly acidic foods like citrus fruits and tomatoes, spicy foods, artificial sweeteners, and even some chocolate. Imagine having a late-night snack of a rich, tomato-based pasta sauce or a spicy dish. Your bladder might be shouting for attention all night. Instead, aim for a lighter, bladder-friendly dinner. Think about simple, non-acidic vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains that are easy to digest. Finish your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime to give your digestive system time to process everything and reduce the pressure on your bladder from a full stomach. This allows your body to focus on rest, not digestion and fluid processing, during your sleep hours. Next, let's talk about how you manage your bladder throughout the day. It might seem counterintuitive, but holding your urine for too long during the day can actually contribute to nighttime issues. If you consistently wait until your bladder is bursting before you go, you might be training your bladder to become overly stretched and less efficient at signaling when it's just partially full. This can lead to a weakened bladder muscle over time, making it harder to hold urine effectively at night. Instead, practice what's often called scheduled voiding or bladder training. This simply means going to the bathroom at irregular intervals throughout the day, even if you don't feel an overwhelming urge. For example, try to go every 2 to 3 hours. This helps keep your bladder from getting overly full and strengthens its capacity to hold urine without urgency. And always make sure to empty your bladder completely just before you get into bed. Don't rush it. Take your time and ensure you've emptied as much as possible. A full bladder before bed is an almost guaranteed wake-up call a few hours later. Another significant contributor to nighttime urination, particularly for older adults, is fluid retention in the legs and ankles, known as peripheral edema. Throughout the day, gravity causes fluid to pool in your lower extremities. When you lie down at night, this fluid is gradually reabsorbed into your bloodstream and processed by your kidneys, leading to an increase in urine production. This is why some people find they pee more frequently shortly after lying down. To combat this, elevate your legs for an hour or 2 before bed. You can do this by lying on a couch with your feet up on pillows or by simply propping your legs up while sitting in a recliner. This helps the fluid to re-enter your circulation and be processed by your kidneys before you lie down for the night, allowing you to empty your bladder more effectively before sleep. Even moderate physical activity during the day, like a brisk walk, can help improve circulation and reduce fluid retention. However, avoid intense exercise too close to bedtime, as it can raise your body temperature and heart rate, making it harder to fall asleep peacefully. The key is balance and consistency, incorporating these simple dietary adjustments, practicing mindful bladder habits, and addressing fluid retention can significantly reduce the need for those disruptive nighttime trips. It's all about creating a more harmonious rhythm for your body as you prepare for a restful night. Next, we'll dive into how all these pieces fit together for a truly transformative night's sleep. So, we've explored several fascinating and often overlooked connections that contribute to those frustrating nighttime bathroom visits. It truly is about understanding how our bodies work, especially as we age, and making small, thoughtful adjustments. We gently talked about how the timing of self-pleasure, particularly when it occurs very close to bedtime, can subtly influence your body's fluid regulation due to hormonal shifts and relaxation responses. The solution here isn't to stop, but to shift the timing earlier in the evening, giving your body ample time to rebalance before you settle down for sleep. Then, we delved deep into hydration habits, stressing the importance of consistent daytime sipping, and firmly cutting off caffeine and alcohol several hours before bed, as these are significant bladder irritants. We also highlighted the wisdom of reducing all fluid intake significantly in the 2 to 3 hours leading up to bedtime, allowing your kidneys and bladder to wind down for the night. Beyond liquids, we explored how certain foods, especially acidic or spicy ones, can irritate your bladder, and how eating lighter, earlier dinners can make a big difference. We also discussed the importance of healthy bladder habits throughout the day, emphasizing regular voiding rather than holding it too long, to train your bladder for optimal function. And finally, we touched on the impact of fluid retention in the legs, suggesting elevation and moderate daytime activity to help your body process fluids before you lie down, preventing that nighttime surge of urine production. Remember, the goal here isn't to eliminate every single nighttime trip immediately, but to significantly reduce their frequency and urgency, allowing you to experience deeper, more restorative sleep. These aren't drastic changes, but rather mindful adjustments that work with your body's natural rhythms. Think of it as fine-tuning your evening routine to support your body's natural inclination to rest. Small, consistent steps truly do add up to make a profound difference to your health and happiness. You might not see results overnight, but persistence is key. Try implementing 1 or 2 of these suggestions at a time. See how your body responds, and then gradually incorporate more. It's about listening to your body, being patient with yourself, and celebrating every small victory on your journey to better sleep. We all deserve to wake up feeling refreshed and energized, ready to embrace the day. This isn't just about avoiding a few bathroom trips. It's about reclaiming your sleep, improving your overall well-being, and living a more vibrant life. We truly hope this conversation has given you some helpful insights and practical strategies to bring more peace to your nights. We'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these tips? Or do you have other strategies that have worked for you? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Your wisdom could help someone else in our wonderful community. If you found this video helpful and encouraging, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We're always here to share more valuable information and support you in living your healthiest, happiest life at every age. Thank you for joining us today. And here's to many more nights of deep, uninterrupted sleep. Live your best life at every age.